Hello, my dear friends. The week unfolding before us, from March 16th to the 22nd, is perhaps the most delicate and profound stretch of time we will encounter this year. It is not merely a sequence of days, but a vast, shimmering transitional corridor woven from the final threads of the old astrological cycle. As we stand at this threshold, it is helpful to visualize the universe not as a machine, but as a living, breathing organism that is currently in a state of deep exhale. We are navigating a rare space where the cosmic machinery is quietly dismantling the exhausted structures of our past, while simultaneously calibrating the delicate entrance to a new evolutionary spiral. This isn't a time for forced effort or aggressive pursuit. Rather, it is a week that vibrates with the soft, expectant aura of a grand new moon, resting on the very edge of the vernal equinox. In the routine of our daily lives, this transition can feel like a subtle shift in the light or a quiet change in the air. It is a period where the two most sacred points of the year entwine, creating a synergetic pulse that acts as a natural, organic launchpad for everything new. But before we can reach that point of ignition, we must first honor the silence. We must inhabit the zero zone. Before the vibrant cardinal fire of Aries arrives to wake the world, we must first cross the waters of the days of the Dolphin. These final 5 days of the solar year are a gift, a time outside of time that allows us to drift through the final degrees of the Piscean Ocean. In many ancient traditions, the dolphin is seen as the ultimate navigator, the creature that bridges the gap between the conscious and the subconscious, between the world of form and the world of spirit. This is the period where the gates to the higher zodiac sign, the clock, horologium, stand wide open. The clock reminds us that every story, every relationship, and every phase of our lives has a natural expiration date. It is a moment of profound synchronization where our personal time aligns with the rhythm of the cosmos. You might find yourself looking at your life with a sudden, calm clarity. Not the sharp clarity of judgment, but the soft clarity of understanding. You begin to see the why behind the challenges of the past year. You start to recognize that the obstacles you faced were not there to stop you, but to refine you, preparing the vessel for the version of yourself that is about to be born. Living through these 0 days requires a certain kind of emotional honesty. It is an emotional audit, but one conducted with grace and self-compassion. As the solar energy reaches its lowest point before the spring rebirth, you might feel a natural dip in your vitality. You may experience a sense of vulnerability, a lingering sadness, or a strange feeling of existential loneliness. It is vital to remember that these are not signs that something is wrong. Instead, they are the echoes of the old year leaving your system. It is the weight of everything you've carried, the debts, the resentments, the unspoken words, finally rising to the surface to be released. This is why we focus so much on the routine of purification. Cleaning your home during this week isn't just a household chore. It is a sacred act of clearing the nest. When you move through your rooms and remove the objects that no longer bring you joy, you are literally making space in your psyche for the new energies. This is a time to settlement with the past. Forgive someone, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be light. Pisces, the sign of mercy and unconditional love, is offering us its final blessing, the chance to wash away the karmic dust before we step into the fire. The week reaches a silent crescendo on March 19th at 1:24 GMT, the day of the grand new moon. This is a singular event in the cosmic calendar, serving as the final chord of the eclipse season that began a month ago. Its symbolic power is amplified by its position in the 29th degree of Pisces, the ultimate karmic threshold. This is, without a doubt, the most mystical new moon of the year. While the world outside may seem quiet, The internal field is saturated with potential. This is the moment when you mentally plant the seeds for your entire year. Because this new moon happens in the vacuum of the Dolphin days, the intentions you set now are deep, soul-level intentions. They are not about what you want to have, but about who you are becoming. It acts as a transitional portal, closing long-standing karmic stories and preparing you to turn the page. The defining factor of this lunation is its ruler, Neptune, which stands in direct conjunction with the new moon point. Neptune governs the silent voice of intuition, dreams, and the mystical imagination. During this period, you will receive powerful signals, both in your dreams and in your waking life. Do not ignore them. Neptune is here to show you exactly where you have reached a dead end and where, conversely, a window into a better future is opening. It is important to realize that our logic is currently weakened because Mercury is completing its retrograde journey through the same sign of Pisces. Everything is set up so that we rely less on the mind and more on the heart. To hear these whispers, you must inhabit a state of internal silence. Only in the absence of noise can the energy of Pisces reveal its true strength. In this stillness, the realization that a chapter has ended will come not as a shock, but as a quiet, clear acceptance. This is no longer my story. While this new moon marks a grand conclusion, it also carries a unique, hidden call to action. If we look at the cosmic map, Neptune has recently crossed the threshold and is already touching the fresh space of Aries. This conjunction across the sign boundary activates a motivational shift. Through the channel of your subconscious, it whispers, "It is no longer enough to just feel. It is time to act." The illusion of waiting for the perfect time or waiting for someone to save you is being dismantled. During this lunar month, you will feel a shift from the state of "I feel how it should be" to the state of "I am beginning to create it." The silence of the soul's conversation is immediately followed by the birth of a new impulse. This is the strategy of the first step. Life begins to change the moment you move toward your dream, even if that movement is subtle. Finally, we arrive at the threshold of March 20th. At 1446 Greenwich Mean Time, the vernal equinox occurs, and the sun makes its triumphant entry into the first degree of Aries. This is the start button for the entire planet. Simultaneously, Mercury ends its retrograde journey, and the zero retrograde phase begins. The universe moves into a state of total forward flow. The fog will begin to lift with startling speed. As the light begins to conquer the darkness, you will feel a natural, irrepressible urge to move forward. The ideas you nurtured in the silence will suddenly find their voice. This is the great acceleration. But the beauty of this year's transition is that because you spent the week in reflection, you won't be rushing into the new year with chaotic energy. You will be moving with focused, intentional power. To navigate this portal successfully, remember these steps. 1. Embrace the silence. Disconnect from news feeds on the 19th. Let your soul speak. 2. The honest audit. Ask yourself what you are taking forward and what stays in the Piscean ocean. 3. Intentional planning. Wait until the second lunar day begins after 3:30 UTC on March 19th to write your plans. Plan from the heart, not the head. 4. Affirm your path. I am grateful for the journey traveled, and I lovingly conclude my old cycles. I hear the whispers of my soul and trust the wisdom of my heart. I boldly open a new page of my destiny and create a life that inspires me. As we walk through these final days, remember that you are a guide for your own soul. The equinox is coming. The clock is ticking toward a new dawn, and the gift of the universe is waiting just on the other side of the silence. Walk into your new spring with clarity, a peaceful heart, and a home filled with light. The Great Reset is here. It is time to begin again. Now let us see how this mystical new moon in Pisces will influence the architecture of your individual destiny. Look to the sector of your chart where this 29-degree impulse falls to understand your personal point of transition. For you, dear Aries, the new moon activates your 12th sector, the house of endings and liberation. A significant chapter of your life is reaching its finality. The universe is leading you toward an internal audit, requiring you to review your intentions and clear away the emotional debris of anxieties and fears. Because this is the sector of closure, you will find the strength to shed what has long weighed on your heart. For some, this brings the ability to settle karmic debts. For others, an unexpected healing from chronic conditions. Use this time for solitude or a quiet retreat. The knowledge you gain in the silence will become the foundation of your new beginning. For you, dear Taurus, this new moon occurs in your 11th sector, bringing a fresh wave of energy to your social circles and collective projects. You may find yourself more active within communities of like-minded people or developing new ventures through the digital space. While expanding your contacts, remember that this lunation is meant to reveal your inner essence. Do not let external opinions drown out your individual voice. Only commit to projects that truly resonate with your soul. If a plan doesn't align with your internal self, it is not worth your energy. For Gemini, the focus shifts to the 10th sector, the zenith of career and social standing. This new moon marks a professional turning point. You are being invited to refine your specialization and claim a new level of authority. This is the house of respect and honor. Through the energies of this transit, you can achieve something that will define your reputation for years to come. Trust your intuition to guide your professional decisions, and you will find that the path to success opens naturally. For Cancer, the new moon falls in your 9th sector, the zone of long-term perspectives and the expansion of boundaries. Expect a shift in your worldview or philosophical outlook. You may encounter new cultures, languages, or partners from abroad. This is a powerful time for learning or even relocating. However, with Neptune's influence, be meticulous with legal documents and travel arrangements. If you choose to expand your horizons now, do it with grounded intention and deep awareness. For Leo, the new moon activates the 8th sector, the house of shared finances, deep psychological shifts, and transformation. This lunation will clarify your alliances, revealing who is truly standing by you and who is merely wearing a mask. Clarity may arrive through a moment of crisis, but ultimately, it serves your growth by allowing you to reorient toward more reliable partners. In your material world, expect changes in family budgets, the closing of loans, or final answers regarding investments and grants. The focus for Virgo is the 7th sector, the house of one-on-one relationships. This is a time to look at your personal and business partners through a new lens. New information may change your assessment of those closest to you, leading to significant decisions about the future of your unions. While some old chapters in partnership may close, this portal also opens the door to meaningful new acquaintances and higher levels of professional collaboration. For Libra, the new moon illuminates the 6th sector, the house of health, work, and daily duty. This lunation brings events that will reshape your routine, from your work schedule to your personal habits. You may find yourself called to serve or care for others, perhaps a relative in need. It is also a critical time to listen to your body. Review your nutrition and activity levels. This energy can bring profound healing to chronic issues if you approach your well-being with conscious care. For Scorpio, The new moon occurs in your fifth sector, the realm of creativity, romance, and children. For you, this is a chance to express your individuality with total authenticity. It may bring a new romantic spark or deepen the maturity of a current relationship. Most importantly, use this Neptunian energy to seed a new creative project. Allow the hidden facets of your personality to emerge. Your ability to manifest art and joy is at its peak. The focus for Sagittarius is the fourth sector, the house of home, family, and your roots. This new moon helps you define exactly where and with whom you want to build your life. You may feel the urge to renovate, relocate, or heal old family dynamics. Listen to the voice within when making decisions about your living space. The choices you make now are serious and long-lasting. They are the foundations upon which your future security is built. For Capricorn, the new moon activates the third sector, the zone of learning, communication, and your immediate environment. You may feel a strong desire to acquire new skills or complete a professional course. Important events may occur within your circle of relatives or neighbors that directly affect your path. This is also an excellent time for matters regarding transportation or communication technology. Anything purchased now, from a car to a phone, will serve you for a long time. Just ensure you follow the rules and laws during the paperwork process. For Aquarius, the new moon falls in your second sector, the house of finances and personal resources. Expect a recalibration of your income streams. New opportunities for earning may appear, or unexpected payments may settle. This is a time to define your professional worth. If you are facing a choice, choose the path that resonates with your heart. A career that provides a sense of internal soul resource will inevitably lead to long-term material stability. Dear Pisces, this new moon occurs in your own sign, placing you at the very center of the cosmic stage. This is your moment to bloom. Focus on your self-presentation, your image, and your inner convictions. The universe is offering you the chance to become the best version of yourself. Listen to your intuition. It is your compass as you navigate toward a bright new future. Where your ship of destiny sails now depends entirely on your truest desires.